हाय एवरीवन, वेलकम टू अर्पिता शर्मा क्लासेस। मैं हूं अर्पिता शर्मा, आपकी एजुकेटर, एंड आई एम ब्रिंगिंग अ न्यू सीरीज ऑफ द हिंदू डीकोडेड फॉर ऑल ऑफ यू ऑन दिस चैनल, एंड दैट विल बी बेस्ड ऑन कंप्लीट हैंडमेड नोट्स। यानी कि जो भी नोट्स हमने एक न्यूज़पेपर से, एक यूपीसी एस्पिरेंट के पर्सपेक्टिव से बनाए होंगे, उन्हीं नोट्स को एज इट इज हम आपके साथ शेयर करेंगे, एंड वी आर गोइंग टू डीकोड द न्यूज़पेपर थ्रू दोज नोट्स. Alright, so we have made these notes from the perspective of a UPSC aspirant, how an aspirant should take notes if he or she is taking notes. अगर आप नोट्स ले रहे हो, आप बिलीव करते हो कि आपके खुद के नोट्स आपको रिवीजन में हेल्प करेंगे, तो उस पर्सपेक्टिव से हम नोट्स लेंगे और आपकी हेल्प करेंगे आपको बताने में, समझाने में कि कैसे नोट्स लिए जाते हैं. सेम टेक्निक you can apply on the other subjects as well. Let's get started without any delay. So on the Hindu newspaper we are covering today is 4th दिसंबर 2021 न्यूज़पेपर. तो अभी जो हम न्यूज़पेपर कवर कर रहे हैं वो आपका 4th दिसंबर का न्यूज़पेपर रहेगा, ठीक है, 2021 का. So the first very important article that we saw in the newspaper was Shutterberg leads to a pretty find in Sikkim. So Sonam Wangchuk Lepcha, he has the habit of taking photographs of the butterflies, and he is now close. In capturing a butterfly which is known as a chocolate-bordered flitter, a new butterfly species which has been discovered by chance via his photographs. So now this new butterfly species, its close relatives are in the southeastern China, which is close to Hong Kong. And lot of times questions have been asked time and again on the butterfly species since 2017 pre. 2017 के pre से ना काफी questions पूछे जाते हैं butterfly species के ऊपर, तो ये पढ़ना जरूरी है. Alright, let's get started. So what kind of question can be formed from this article? Chocolate bordered flitter, sometimes in news, is a new species of butterfly recently discovered from which of the following state? Kerala, Maharashtra, Sikkim or Andhra Pradesh? Correct answer is Sikkim. यहाँ पर आप देख सकते हो, over here you can see it has been found and captured in Sikkim. ये सिक्किम में पाया गया है, North Sikkim. Alright. Now let us understand this article in detail. Also, along with this article, there was another article in the newspaper that said butterfly species record increase. So a 4-day butterfly survey was conducted in Kerala by the Kerala Forest Department and Travancore Nature History Society, and it has been seen that करंटली इंडिया में जो बटरफ्लाई स्पीशीज है उसमें काफी इंक्रीमेंट पाया गया है, इंक्रीज्ड पाया गया है. And there were 2 sanctuaries where extensively, not 2, 3 wildlife sanctuaries where extensively this survey was done. First is the Pichi Vazhani Wildlife Sanctuary, which is in Kerala. It is the second oldest sanctuary in Kerala. ये facts आपके pre के लिए काफी important है, so make sure that you are taking notes extensively. Alright, तो ये second oldest sanctuary है Kerala में, which was established in 1958 in the Thrissur district of Kerala in Pichi, and it consists of the Palapilli Neliyampati forest, which is the area of Chimnoy Wildlife Sanctuary. यहाँ पर कौन सा forest पाया जाता है? Palapilli Neliyampati forest. And also here in this wildlife sanctuary there is a Kuthiran tunnel, which is the first road tunnel in Kerala. Again important fact for prelims. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पर ये 3 important facts हैं prelims के लिए. पहला तो है कि ये second oldest sanctuary है केरला में जो 1958 में establish हुई थी. Second है कि यहाँ पर पालापिली नेलियमपाती forest पाए जाते हैं, and कुटीरान tunnel भी यहीं पाया जाता है जो कि केरला का पहला road tunnel है. Alright, then second we have to study the Chimonai Wildlife Sanctuary. Again it's a protected area which is found in Kerala only. ये नेलियमपाती hills जो है उसके western slopes में है sanctuary. It was established in 1984. 1958 में पीची वाजानी Wildlife Sanctuary was established. 1958. 1984 after around 30 years Chimonai Wildlife Sanctuary was established, and here the highest peak is known as the Punda Peak because it's found in the western slopes of Neliyampati Hills. तो यहाँ पर hilly region है, यहाँ पर highest peak है Punda Peak, and Chimney River flows through this wildlife sanctuary. That you have to remember. That is why the name is Chimunai Wildlife Sanctuary. ठीक है. Third is the Chulanur Wildlife Sanctuary, which is again found in Kerala, famous for peacocks. So it is also a peacock bird sanctuary. It is again in Kerala, that you have to remember. Now other notable species which have been found in this survey are Nilgiri grass yellow, Travancore evening brown, Malabar flash, orange-tailed owl, and southern stroked ace and common onyx. So these are the other notable species of butterflies which have been found. What kind of question they can frame? They can give the name of these species and they will ask you to which genre they belong to, or to which class they belong to. Amphibian, mammal, right, butterfly species, etc. तो ये butterfly species के class में आता है. Common onyx, southern spotted ace, and orange tailed owl, Malabar flash, then Travancore evening brown, and Nilgiri grass yellow. These are the butterfly species that you have to remember. In pre-2017, a question was asked, due to some reasons, if there is a huge fall in the population of species of butterflies, what could be its likely consequence? मतलब मान लो किसी रीजन के थ्रू वजह से बटरफ्लाइज की स्पीशीज की पॉपुलेशन में गिरावट आ जाती है, तो किस तरीके के कॉन्सिक्वेंस आ सकते हैं? दिस क्वेश्चन वाज टेकन फ्रॉम द एनसीईआरटी क्लास 12th बायोलॉजी एनसीईआरटी पेज 30. Answer is pollination of some plants could be adversely affected and it could lead to fall in population of some species of wasp, spider and birds, जो कि butterflies जिसको अपना food बनाते हैं, जिनका फूड बनते हैं. तो ये आपको पॉइंट याद रखना है, ठीक है. Another important point you have to remember is that the largest butterfly in India is southern birdwing and the smallest butterfly in India is grass owl. ये आपको पॉइंट याद रखना है. ऑल राइट. तो ग्रास जोल जो है वो स्मॉलेस्ट बटरफ्लाई है भारत में, सर्दर्न बर्डविंग जो है लार्जेस्ट बटरफ्लाई है, एंड केरला की जो स्टेट बटरफ्लाई है उसे बुद्धा पिकॉक बोलते हैं. ऑल राइट, दैट ऑल्सो यू हैव टू रिमेंबर. बिफोर वी मूव अहेड, हियर्स अ स्मॉल अनाउंसमेंट फॉर ऑल ऑफ यू. आपके लिए एक छोटी सी अनाउंसमेंट है. अनअकैडमी पे होने जा रहा है 9th दिसंबर को प्राइस हाइक, पहला प्राइस हाइक. प्राइस हाइक मीन्स इंक्रीमेंट इन द प्राइसेस ऑफ ऑल दी सब्सक्रिप्शन कोर्सेज. सो एंड ऑल्सो if you want to or if you wish to subscribe to Unacademy Plus, make sure you are subscribing before 9th of December. ठीक है, because 9th दिसंबर के बाद प्राइस हाइक हो जाएगा, तो उससे पहले अगर आप सब्सक्राइब करते हो तो आपको प्राइस हाइक का पार्ट नहीं बनना पड़ेगा, आपको बहुत ज्यादा कम प्राइसेस में आपका सब्सक्रिप्शन मिल जाएगा. एंड वी आर ऑल्सो लॉन्चिंग न्यू ऑप्शनल्स ऑन Unacademy Plus from 8th December. We have PSIR Sociology, PSIR Philosophy, Maths, Geography and History. New batches are also starting from 8th December. यानी कि कल से ना नए बैचेस भी स्टार्ट हो रहे हैं, नए ऑप्शनल्स भी लॉन्च हो रहे हैं. तो अब भी आपके पास टाइम है आपकी सब्सक्रिप्शन लेकर Unacademy Plus की अपनी तैयारी को और अच्छे से स्ट्रॉन्ग करना. 6 months रह गए हैं आपके यूपीएससी 2022 के एग्जाम के. दे आर मोर देन इनफ व्हेन इट कम्स टू डेडिकेटेड प्रेपरेशन, राइट. तो अगर आप डेडिकेटेड हो अपने एग्जाम को लेकर तो 6 महीने आपके पास बहुत ज्यादा समय है, ठीक है. तो फटाफट से आप अभी से Unacademy Plus का सब्सक्रिप्शन लेके अपनी प्रेपरेशन को, अपने ऑप्शनल को बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग कर लो, बिकॉज योर ऑप्शनल डिटरमाइंस योर रैंक, right? Level up your UPSC preparation with our iconic subscription, wherein we provide you personalized learning experience with subject experts. One-on-one live mentoring होगी आपकी, यानी कि mentorship आपको throughout मिलेगा. Study planner दिया जाएगा और उसको review भी हम करेंगे. And then mains question and answer practice starting से ही होगी, ताकि आपके answer writing जो speed है, आपकी evaluation की जो technique होती है वो आपको समझाई जा सके, जिसके accordingly आप अपने answers को frame कर सकें, structure कर सकें. So subscribe to Unacademy Plus before 9th December. The links are given below in the description box and stand a chance to be on these toppers list the next year of your attempt. Next important article हम पढ़ेंगे डैम सेफ्टी बिल के ऊपर. It has been in news, it has been doing rounds in news since a long time. So here dam safety bill talks about surveillance, inspection and maintenance of dams and also establishment of institutional mechanism for the dams to ensure the dam safety. तो डैम्स सुरक्षित रहे हमारे भारत कंट्री में, उस पर्पस से इस बिल को लॉन्च किया जा रहा है, जिसमें डैम्स का सर्विलांस किया जाएगा, मॉनिटरिंग की जाएगी, इंस्पेक्शन किया जाएगा, मेंटेनेंस का ध्यान रखा जाएगा एंड एक इंस्टीट्यूशनल मैकेनिज्म स्टैब्लिश किया जाएगा ताकि डैम्स की सेफ्टी को रेगुलर बेसिस पे हम इंश्योर कर सकें. एंड करेंटली इन इंडिया देयर आर 5000 डैम्स विच आर इन पुअर कंडीशन. सो दिस बिल विल अप्लाई टू दोस 5000 डैम्स ऑल्सो, प्लस ऑल द डैम्स जिसकी हाइट 15 मीटर से ज्यादा है उस पर ये बिल अप्लाई करेगा. एंड द डैम्स whose height is between 10 to 15 meter, some conditions will be applied and then this bill will be applied to those dams. All right. Now, under this bill, there have been four agencies which have been constituted. First is National Committee on Dam Safety, which will be chaired by CWC, Central Water Commission. Okay, National Committee on Dam Safety, NCDS. Other members in this committee will be nominated by Center, and it will include up to 10 representatives of Center. 7 from स्टेट गवर्नमेंट एंड 3 एक्सपर्ट्स ऑन डैम सेफ्टी, यानी कि 10 तो सेंटर से यहाँ पर नॉमिनेटेड मेंबर्स आएंगे इसमें, 7 जो होंगे वो स्टेट गवर्नमेंट के रिप्रेजेंटेटिव्स होंगे और 3 एक्सपर्ट्स होंगे डैम आर्किटेक्चर के ऊपर. ऑल राइट. And National Committee on Dam Safety will have the power on the policies on dam safety. That means they will frame the policies on dam safety to prevent dam failures. Now the opposition is saying that Central Water Commission has an advisory role. Central Water Commission का जो role होता है वो advisory होता है. But here they are playing a legislative role. That is wrong. सुप्रीम कोर्ट ऑल्सो सेज कि CWC एडवाइजरी रोल है, उसके अलावा जो लेजिस्लेटिव रोल है उसको नहीं निभा सकती. देन व्हाई CWC हैज बीन मेड द चेयरमैन ऑफ द और चेयर हेड ऑफ द नेशनल कमिटी ऑन डैम सेफ्टी. Second important committee that will be formed is National Dam Safety Authority, which will implement the policies which are made by National Committee on Dam Safety. ये जो अथॉरिटी है ये पॉलिसीज बनाएगी और ये अथॉरिटी क्या करेगी, इन पॉलिसीज को इम्प्लीमेंट करेगी. एंड इट विल ऑल्सो रिजॉल्व इश्यूज बिटवीन स्टेट डैम सेफ्टी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन एंड डैम ओनर्स. Okay, and it will specify the regulations for the inspection of dams. It will provide the rank, the stars or the accreditation to the agencies who are involved in building the structure of dam and alteration of the structure of dam. वो agencies जो कि dam का structure बनाती हैं या alter करती हैं, उन agencies को rank या stars या accreditation जो होता है वो National Dam Safety Authority provide करेगी. These points are important for prelims. That means that National Committee on Dam Safety has been playing a legislative role here, and National Dam Safety Authority will play the executive role over here. All right. Then there will be state dam safety organizations, the third important committee. Now this committee, what will it do? It will scrutinize the dams under their jurisdiction. They will maintain a database of all the dams, what all alterations are required, etc. Now why the opposition is against this bill, why they are protesting? The opposition says National Dam Safety Authority will have the final word. This is a violation of federal principle. You are not taking the consultation of state dam safety organization. आपने तो उसको एक data manager की तरह बना दिया. ठीक है, you are making the states as data manager and National Dam Safety Authority is going to take the final decision. So where is the principle of federal unity? Right, यहाँ पर federalism का principle को violate किया जा रहा है. Now, if this bill, right now it's a draft, if it becomes a law, then what will happen? Then the dam owners will provide dam safety unit in each dam. And this dam safety unit will inspect and monitor the dam before and after the monsoon session and during and after the natural disaster. Alright, अगर किसी तरीके का natural disaster होता है उससे पहले या उसके बाद और मानसून सीजन के पहले या सीजन के बाद डैम सेफ्टी यूनिट इंस्पेक्ट करेगी डैम्स को. इट विल प्रिपेयर इमरजेंसी एक्शन प्लान्स, मिटिगेशन प्लान्स एटसेट्रा. ऑलराइट. And also remember, for prelims, opposition is saying that water is in the state list. Then why the center has full authority and control over the dams in the states? जब वाटर स्टेट लिस्ट में आता है तो स्टेट को अथॉरिटी होनी चाहिए ना, पावर होनी चाहिए. सेंटर अपने ऊपर क्यों ले रहा है जिम्मेदारी सारी? All right, and so there the point of contention is between the 4 dams, the Mullaperiyar, Parambikulam, Thandakadavu and Peruvaripalam. These all are in Kerala. Remember this for prelims. And Tamil Nadu is opposing because it would result in the 4 dams falling under the National Dam Security Authority, right? Safety Authority. So that is why Tamil Nadu is saying that principle of federal equality is being violated over here. Okay. Now the next important article, this is the article Cyclone Jawad to bring rain to Odisha, Bengal. So here the question can be, discuss the factors responsible for formation of tropical cyclones. Now here in Bay of Bengal, deep depression has been formed which has intensified into a cyclonic storm called Jawad, which is not as severe as the cyclone Taute, राइट, जो मायनामार ने नाम दिया था ना साइक्लोन ताउते का, तो उसकी तरह ये सीरियस तो नहीं है, बट येस इट इज इंटेंसिफाइंग एंड इट इज गोइंग टू result into heavy rainfall when it comes to Odisha and Andhra Pradesh coastal regions. Now here we are going to study about cyclone formation. Before that, let's remember who gave the name Cyclone Jawad. right? Cyclone Taute was given by Myanmar. It's like a gecko, a like form of lizard. Now, Jawad is the name given by Saudi Arabia, which means liberal or merciful. Cyclone formation की अगर हम बात करें, this is again important. Always remember that cyclones are formed over oceanic water in tropical region, which is a low pressure area where sunlight is highest. So there is warming up of the ocean water, and see, if the water of the ocean warms up, it rises up, and when it rises up, there is a vacant place which is formed over here. So the cold air rushes in to fill that vacant place, right? यहाँ पर देखो, let's draw a diagram over here. Just give me a second. Yes, यहाँ देखते हैं. This is ocean water. When sunlight is falling over the ocean water, it is becoming warm up. It is warming up. So when it's warming up, the air above the ocean water is also warm. So it is rising. Okay, when it rises, the place over here becomes vacant. Okay, so the cold air rushes to take the place of this vacant space, and that cycle goes on, and which intensifies into a cyclone. All right, point is clear. So always remember, winds, they blow from high pressure area to low pressure area. Okay, high pressure area is the polar region. Low pressure areas are in the warmer regions, that is a tropical region. So polar region is a high pressure area. Tropical region will become a low pressure area. All right. And another important point you have to study over here is Coriolis force. This is important for prelims. What's a Coriolis force? It's a rotation of earth about its axis which affects direction of wind. And this pressure or this force is called Coriolis force. Over here you can see this is the earth. It is rotating on its axis. Okay. And this will affect the direction of wind. So this force which will affect the direction of wind is known as the Coriolis force. It deflects the wind in left when it comes to southern hemisphere, and it deflects the wind towards right when in the northern hemisphere. All right, तो southern hemisphere में होता है तो जो wind है वो left की तरफ deflect होती है, और northern hemisphere में wind right की तरफ deflect होती है. ये point याद रखना है. Another important point is that what is a latent heat of condensation? It is a heat which is released when gas turn into liquid. जब gas liquid में बदलती है तो उसको हम latent heat of कंडेंसेशन बोलते हैं. ये पॉइंट आपको याद रखना है. ऑलराइट. एंड अर्थ मूवमेंट इज फ्रॉम वेस्ट टू ईस्ट. रिमेंबर दिस एज वेल. ये प्रीलिम्स के लिए याद रखिएगा. नेक्स्ट इंपॉर्टेंट आर्टिकल, लॉन्गेस्ट माइग्रेशन रूट ऑफ लेसर फ्लोरिकैन फ्रॉम राजस्थान ट्रैक्ट. So longest in-country migration route of lesser florican, which is an endangered bird belonging to the bustard group. Bustard bird है ना, उसी के ग्रुप पे को belong करती है ये आपकी lesser florican. The longest in-country migration route of this bird has been tracked for the first time. This is from Rajasthan to Maharashtra's Ahmednagar district. So MP, Gujarat and Rajasthan, these are the three states where this bird is mostly found. It's an endangered bird, critically endangered है, protected under Schedule 1 of Wildlife Protection Act 1972, and the threat to its existence is related to hunting and habitation loss. All right. Next important article, a really important article for GS paper 2, Tharoor moves bill for permanent High Court benches. Senior Congress leader Shashi Tharoor has moved a private member's bill in Lok Sabha seeking to establish permanent benches of High Courts in state's capital. First, let us understand what is the meaning of permanent bench. Creation of permanent bench would mean that judges will sit there on a permanent basis. So that इधर उधर जजेस ट्रांसफर नहीं होंगे, बेंच ट्रांसफर नहीं होगा, तो जो लिटिगेंट्स है, एडवोकेट्स है, उनको इनकन्वीनियंस नहीं होगा. ऑलराइट. तो जिस बेंच जो जजेस हैं वो परमानेंटली उस बेंच पे बैठेंगे. ऑलराइट. नाउ लेट अस अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट इज अ प्राइवेट मेंबर. See, it's a private member bill na, which has been passed by Shashi Tharoor ji. So what's a private member? Private member who is not a member of Council of Minister. He is a private member. कोई भी member of parliament जो Council of Minister का member ना हो, उसको हम private member बोलते हैं. And the bill passed by private member is private member's bill. Bill passed by a minister in the Council of Minister is known as government bill. Alright. And another important point is that the private member bill can be discussed only on Fridays. Government bill can be discussed anytime. Alright. But private member bill सिर्फ Fridays को ही discuss होता है. ये याद रखना. Private member bill का purpose क्या होता है? What is the purpose? To draw the government's attention to what individual MPs sees as issues and gaps in existing legal framework. इंडिविजुअल एमपीज को लगता है कहीं कोई गैप है लीगल फ्रेमवर्क में या कोई प्रावधान की जरूरत है, तो वो जो बिल पास करेगा वो प्राइवेट मेंबर बिल के थ्रू करेगा. एंड दिस बिल इज एडमिसिबल और डिसाइडेड बाय चेयरमैन ऑफ राज्यसभा एंड व्हेन इट कम्स टू लोकसभा स्पीकर ऑफ लोकसभा. Okay, and then the votes are done to talk further discuss about the bill. Now the member will give 1 month notice before bill can be listed for introduction. उससे पहले 1 महीने का introductory notice देना पड़ता है, but this is not the case in the government bill. All right. And as per PRS legislative, no private member's bill has been passed by parliament since 1970. That you have to remember. Now recently, BJP MP KJ Alphonse has introduced an amendment to the preamble, a private member bill seeking amendment to the preamble of the constitution. तो अभी BJP MP KJ Alphonse ने क्या किया, एक private member bill पास किया जिसमें उन्होंने कहा कि constitution में जो constitution का preamble है उसमें जो word socialist है ना, the socialist word, it should be replaced with the word equitable. So he is seeking for amendment of the preamble. Now before that, please answer this question in the comment section. What was the exact constitutional status of India on 26th Jan 1950? A democratic republic, sovereign democratic republic, sovereign secular democratic republic, sovereign socialist secular democratic republic. Answer this question in the comment section. Okay. So now here BJP MP KG Alphonse is saying that the socialist word in the preamble should be replaced with the word equitable, and you have to further add the words to be born, to be fed, to be educated, to get a job, to be treated with dignity after the term equality of status and opportunity in the preamble. Preamble में आपने term देखा होगा equality of status and opportunity. He is saying that these all other words should be added after this term. इस sentence के बाद ये words भी add होने चाहिए. Right, this is his demand. Now the question is, can the preamble be amended? The answer is yes, the preamble can be amended under Article 368, but the condition is the principles in the preamble on which the constitution is based on should not be amended. That means the basic structure of the constitution cannot be amended. Basic structure को आप छेड़छाड़ नहीं कर सकते. In the Keshavananda Bharati case it was given. Right, and basic structure is these words: socialist, republic, democratic, sovereign, secular, etc. Alright, so the bill seeks to introduce happiness, assuring a gross domestic happiness into the text of constitution. The private member bill is also saying add this sentence, assuring a gross domestic happiness in the constitution. Alright, but the other members, the opposition are objecting. Why? They are objecting on 2 grounds. First is private members bill required the prior assent of president under article 117, which is missing in this case. अगर आप private member bill pass करवा रहे हो तो उसमें 117 article जो है constitution का, उसके तहत president की permission की जरूरत है. इसमें तो लिया नहीं गया. Second, the deputy chairman went ahead with introduction despite majority no's in the house. Deputy chairman जो थे उन्होंने bill introduce कर दिया private members का, जबकि सब no कह रहे थे. क्यों? Right. So these are the 2 objections towards this bill. And Jairam Ramesh, who belongs to Congress, he said that they cannot allow this bill because preamble is a part of basic structure of the constitution which cannot be amended. However, it can be amended, but the principles in the preamble which are forming the basis of the constitution cannot be amended. All right. Now the next important article, Rajya Sabha split over bill on CSR, funds for monuments. Here we have to first remember what is CSR. Again, a private member bill has been passed over here saying that 25% of all corporate social responsibility funds should be used for restoration, management and maintenance of ancient monuments and archaeological sites. राज्यसभा में एक प्राइवेट मेंबर बिल पास हुआ है जिसका कहना है कि जो CSR की फंडिंग होती है ना, उसमें 25% उसका यूज होना चाहिए मॉन्यूमेंट्स को मेंटेन करने के लिए. So what is corporate social responsibility? It's a corporate, a company initiative. It is mentioned in the Companies Act 2013. Okay, to assess and to take responsibility for companies' effects on environment. यानी कि कंपनी क्या करती है, अब जो CSR फंडिंग होती है उसमें जो पैसा होता है उसको इन्वायरमेंट को प्रोटेक्ट करने के लिए, सस्टेन करने के लिए यूज किया जाता है कि भैया हम जमीन यूज कर रहे हैं, AC वगैरह यूज कर रहे हैं, हमारी वजह से इन्वायरमेंट कहीं ना कहीं इम्पैक्ट हो रहा है, तो हम इन्वायरमेंट को सस्टेनेबल बनाए रखने के लिए और इन्वायरमेंट को प्रोटेक्ट करने के लिए क्या करेंगे, इस फंड का यूज करेंगे. that is the CSIR. Okay, and concept of CSIR is governed by the clause or section 135 subsection 1 of Companies Act 2013. Under Companies Act, businesses can invest their profits in areas such as promoting rural development, in healthcare, education, environment, sustainability, etc. Alright. Now the next important article is bills to extend ED CBI chief's terms tabled in Lok Sabha. Again, this is for GS paper 2. This already we have discussed, but we are discussing it again. So there were two bills which were passed: Central Vigilance Commission Amendment Bill 2021. I have created a separate lecture on it. Delhi Special Police Establishment Amendment Bill 2021. And both these bills will extend the time period or tenures of enforcement directorates and CBI chiefs. Alright, currently the tenure is 2 years, but they are saying we will extend it up to 5 years. So the Amendment to Fundamental Rules 1922 added 2 posts to the list whose service can be extended by up to 2 years beyond the 2-year fixed tenure in public interest. This you have to remember. Alright. Now here when we talk about CBI director को ना Delhi Special Police Establishment Act 1946 के तहत section 4A के तहत अपॉइंट किया जाता है. Then we have Lokpal and Lokayukt also. So Lokpal and Lokayukt Act 2013 says that central government shall appoint director of CBI. तो इस एक्ट में बोला गया कौन अपॉइंट करेगा CBI डायरेक्टर को? सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट करेगी ऑन द रिकमेंडेशन ऑफ 3-member कमेटी wherein the chairperson will be prime minister. लोकसभा का लीडर ऑफ अपोजिशन होगा इसमें एंड CGI होगा. इफ देयर इज नो CGI then CGI will nominate a judge of Supreme Court to take his place. And Delhi Special Police Establishment Amendment Act 2014 says change in composition of committee related to appointment of director of CBI. Where there is no recognized leader of opposition in Lok Sabha, then leader of single largest party will act as the the chairman or the director. All right. हमारा दूसरा important article है पोषण tracker data under wraps. Ministry of Women and Child Development, underline this. It has spent over 1,000 crore rupees on its Poshan or nutrition tracker, which records real-time data on malnourished and severe acute malnourished children in each Anganwadi. Right, but 4 years since its launch, government is yet to make the data public. तो 4 साल हो गए हैं इस ट्रैकर को लॉन्च किए हुए, बट अभी तक डेटा लोगों के सामने, जनता के सामने नहीं आया है. पोषण ट्रैकर इज द की पिलर ऑफ पोषण अभियान और यू कैन से न्यूट्रिशन मिशन. All right. So Poshan Tracker is known as the ICDS CAS, that is Integrated Child Development Service Common Application Software, whose aim is to track and improve various services which are delivered when it comes to the nutrition mission at the Anganwadis. Poshan Abhiyan जो है, it was launched in 2018 and target was to bring down stunting among children in age group of 0 to 6 years from 38.4% to 25% by 2022. And it seeks to improve the nutritional outcomes of children, pregnant women and lactating mothers who are still giving milk to their children. All right, तो ये तो आपको बेसिक पोषण अभियान के बारे में we have discussed and made separate lecture on this topic a lot of times, so you know about it, right? So this was all for today. ये था आपका आज का लेक्चर. I hope you enjoyed this lecture. उम्मीद करती हूँ आपको ये तरीका पसंद आया. If you enjoyed this way of making notes now, if you enjoyed this way of studying the Hindu newspaper, do let me know in the comment section. I'll keep making lectures like this for you. All right. On this note, we are wrapping up the session. Thank you everyone for participating in the class. And do not forget to use code ARPITA10 to get 10% discount on your Unacademy Plus subscription.